It was a beautiful day on the island of Sodor. Thomas, Percy, and Bogdan were looking at the early morning sky. 3 engines chilling on the rails 5 feet apart because they're not gay. Thomas cleared his throat. "Have you noticed anything different about me today, Percy?" he chuffed. Percy looked Thomas up and down. He couldn't see anything different. "You're screwed," Bogdan whispered to Percy. But Thomas didn't seem to mind. "Look at my fender." Percy looked back. Where Thomas's number usually was an ornate symbol of 2 dragons back to back breathing fire. It seemed very out of place to Percy, too ostentatious for a humble, really useful engine. "Oh, bloody hell," Percy said. "What is that?" "That," chortled Thomas, "is my family crest. I've just recently discovered my heritage, and I'm of Manx origin. That symbol there represents the long and hard struggle the British Isles people fought against England to achieve their freedom." "Oh! Well, on planet Earth means you're a fucking poon." Thomas went red in the face. "You're just jealous because white people have no heritage. You're all Irish or German, maybe Dutch if you're lucky. Why don't you shove off and throw yourself into an acid pit, blue eyes white privilege?" "I guess today's the day," Percy thought, and he went off in search of a sharp object. Shortly, Percy came upon Toby Bobby. "Hello, Percy," Toby Bobby said in his really stupid and irritating voice. "Toby Bobby," Percy asked, "do white people like me have any heritage, or is heritage a stupid concept?" Toby Bobby was surprised. It had been almost 3 weeks since he'd read up on Hegelian dialectics. "Are you white? You look kind of gray to me." Now it was Percy who became agitated. "What, so I'm supposed to look a certain way now? I suppose I have to speak a certain way or refill my coal a certain way." "I'm just saying," Toby Bobby said. "We all look literally gray, like we have the faces of actual corpses." Wait. You said gray? Yeah? Oh, I thought you said something else." Percy went out searching for Bogdan, who he was sure knew a lot about the origins of people and things. "Bogdan," Percy said. "Percy!" Bogdan interrupted. "Do you have any beets?" "No." "Say, Bogdan, where do you think I come from?" Percy asked. "You, Comrade Percyevsky!" Bogdan roared. "You are the product of righteous labor of the proletariat to serve the unrighteous deeds of the elitist superstructure." Percy was confused. "I deliver coal to the docks." "Exactly," Bogdan said. "Coal they put in machines of war and destruction. Little do they know that the masses will rise up and expropriate their wicked machines to create a worldwide revolution." "Gordon Bennett, when will this revolution begin, Bogdan?" Percy asked excitedly. "Saturday!" Bogdan cheered. "Now, Comrade Percy, do you have any beets?" "No, stop asking." "Okay. Percy, do you have any beets?" Percy made himself scarce, hoping that before he got home he wouldn't run into another Trotskyist engine. But he was still sad. "Maybe I don't have any heritage. Maybe my ancestry is just some big old white soup, like cream of wheat." But suddenly, Percy saw a long flesh-colored cylinder sitting on the railside up ahead. "Bust my buffers! It's Train Jesus!" "What's up, brah?" wheezed Train Jesus. Percy finally felt like he would get a good answer. "Well, good I found you, Train Jesus. So, Thomas came about with this pictogram that was right ugly, yeah? I asked, what's the John Dory? And he says, I'm bloody Manx, mate. I says, hit the bloody frog and toad. I told him sporting that ripper of a sickie tattooed onto his fucking ass made him a pussy," Percy explained. "Dude, anything that references the wonder of a woman's capacity for yielding life should be reserved for only the highest of praise." "Okay. Simp. I got to wondering, where's my heritage, Train Jesus? How can a train find out?" "Oh, assuming people's heritage isn't okay," Train Jesus said. "I learned that from the ACLU." "Oh, I love that college," Percy ejaculated. "I can tell you my heritage," Train Jesus said. "I was found outside of a fire station on a stormy night. There was nothing inside my basket but a pacifier and 2 Winchester 380s. Turns out my mother, who was a vampire, had dropped me off at the station for fear that my father, who was a serial clown, would take me away and force me to join the circus. They always fought, did a lot of drugs. Terrible life for little baby trained Jesus. What about you, Percy? Oh, I don't think I want to know anymore, Percy said sadly. Oh, I simply haven't the gumption. Well, we can assume a few things, said Trained Jesus. Look at your coat of paint. What is it? Paint? Percy said. It's green, moron. Oh, right. What else is green? Strawberries. Legos. Environmentalism. Oh, right. Who supports environmentalism? The EPA. And who created the EPA? Richard Bloody Nixon?
Precisely that,
said Sir Topham Hatt now that his cover was blown.
I was never Sir Topham Hatt or the Flat Controller. I've always been Richard Nixon, and I built you, Percy, to be my getaway train when all my tapes about Watergate were inevitably made public.
Oh, you fucking clunge, Percy said. Trains are made to bring joy to people, to make transportation a hobby just as much as it is an enterprise.
That's the gayest thing I've ever heard, Nixon rumbled. I suppose you think that the Earth's actually flat as well, or Epstein's death was just a happy little accident. I suppose you think JFK's head just did that.
Percy was indignant.
Well, guess what, Richard Nixon, you massive cunt? I'm not gonna do anything you tell me to. No train ever again is going to have to ever fulfill the wishes of their bourgeoisie overlords.
Said Richard Nixon.
And why is that?
Because,
Percy said, it's Saturday. Just then, Bogdan came tearing around the bend. He had with him several trucks full of tar, and he was holding a Molotov. He bore down on Richard Nixon, who was frozen in place. Not even his flapping jowls could save him now. Solidarity forever. And he crashed into Richard Nixon.